Yeah, yeah, Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. Hi.
Hi, what are your projections on Neurocard?
Eurocard. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see what we have. Euro CAD.
I've been in a position since last week and I can see it's a consolidation and going somewhere there.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Euro CAD. Uh-huh. Euro CAD, still bullish. This is still, this one is still bullish. Mm,
Okay, thank you.
all right, you're welcome. So this is for this one, this is what you have. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Uh, uh,
Ah, Guinea.
uh, this is what you have. So for Euro CAD, this is what you have. Uh-huh. This was a breakout. Alpha, you can see this, yeah?
Yeah,
The major range is from this supply all the way down to this demand. Breakout, retest, continuation comes to this demand. Then now you have the reversal from this demand, a push to the upside, retest of demand, price fills this range, then eventually breaks above, forms a higher high. Then this has been a retest, consolidation, consolidation. We are still within the same area or within still the same range. Okay. So you're still within the same area or the same range. So as long as you're still above this area, I'd still anticipate to see a potential push to the upside because the major range has still not yet been filled. So I'm anticipating to see the full range to be filled all the way to these areas of 1 point, let's say this supply. So it can have 1.61 thousand or all the way to 1.61545, right?
161. My target 1.60744.
1.60744. All right, that is just close to
Yeah,
this area here, 892, because my zone is upper 892.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So that is for Euro. That is for Euro CAD. Hmm.
Jeff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kindly check your starting one. This buy move has been disturbing me now in a while.
You're starting. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you
Kama
have on your
kawaida.
starting. Yeah, yeah. You're starting. I check you up, huh? He's on
Uh,
H4.
mm,
Your starting chances are high it will keep pushing lower because of chances are high it will keep I mean chances are high it will keep pushing lower because of the weaker I mean a stronger dollar.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we are very bearish on it.
Yes. That is why even like you see this structure here, that is why you can see it's even reacting from it's reacting from this structure hapa. This one here.
Oh, so no worries. I've seen.
Yeah. hmm So
And GJ, sorry, GJ.
GJ, okay.
I saw
GJ.
it for today that it's been selling for the like the rest the longest like since morning it's been selling.
Let me see. GBP JPY. Okay, let's see.
Yep.
GBP JPY. JPY. Yeah, I can see it has a nice drop. I can see there's a nice drop back to this area here. So currently it is back to the mid range because I can see this is a mid range. Yeah, I can see
Yes.
this was a mid range. So if I even draw it, we have something like I even draw it. You have something like that. Usually have something mm, like that. Then Something like that. Mhm. Really have something like that. So this is the mid-range here in the middle, right there. So if you now check what you have on the higher, if you see what you have on the higher time frame, this is the 4 hour. Let's see the daily right there. Yeah, this is quite some strong. This is quite some strong momentum. So, this is good. Some like that. Yeah. So we have quite some strong momentum, and price is coming back to the mid range. You see how price has been reacting at this area for multiple
Mm-hmm.
times.
Multiple times, yeah.
You see, even here as demand for multiple times. So I don't want to see how price reacts here. If we see price holding at this area, then you might see a potential push to the upside. However, if price breaks below, then anticipate to see something like this, then a push to the downside all the way now to this demand, because this demand now makes the major origin of, we have the origin of the rally to these, then again the origin of the rally again to this. So for the range to be filled, we will ideally anticipate to see the break below, then the retest, then price push to the downside. That is if price breaks below. But if price holds at this area, then you can anticipate to see a potential bullish push from. You can anticipate to see a potential. You can anticipate to see a potential bullish push from this area here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, James. So, thank you so much.
Okay, Papa, you're welcome. So, uh, that is what we have for GBP. That is what we have for GBP, JPY. Yeah, so let me get to have a look at now the major pairs, Akina Euro USD. I had covered GBP USD. Can see price already inside this demand. Let me see how it reacts at this area here. Then if price holds at this demand, then you can anticipate probably to see a potential bullish reversal. That is if it holds, but if it breaks below, then we will see a potential continuation of the drop lower. Let me see how Euro USD is. Even Euro USD as well is at a key. Even Euro USD as well is at a key area of interest. Okay, and this is what you have. So even for this one on the 4 hour, you can see it has broken. On the 4 hour, it has broken below this area here, but on the daily, let's see on the daily. The candle close for the daily is the one that will give us directional bias, because you can see even last time when price broke below here, instead of having a retest then a continuation of the drop lower, instead it reversed all the way up back to this area. Same case with here, broke all the way down, then reversed all the way back to this area like that, right? So that is what we have. So for this one, I'm anticipating to see a potential continuation of the drop lower all the way down to these areas of 1.13 thousand. We have one that is if price breaks below, right? If price breaks below. So definitely we have several obstacles. We have these low of 1.14 thousand as a very key low and a key obstacle. Right? It's a very key low and key obstacle to watch out for, this low here, right? So, uh, it's a very key low and an obstacle. And you can see on the daily, if price we now see a solid candle close, that price will come and respect probably from a level like this. No, these key low at 1.14 thousand, then we will now anticipate to see a retest, then a continuation of the drop lower. But currently, what we are seeing now on even on the lower time frame, the 1 hour you can see there's a candle close below. On the 4 hour as well, we can see that there's a candle close below, but it has to be a solid now with a solid confirmation on the daily time frame. All right, it has to be the solid confirmation It has to be the solid confirmation from the daily time frame, right? So that is what you have for Euro USD. Then if we check out USD CA, probably like USD CHF, USD CHF, we have USD CHF there. And let me have USD CAD also next, just next to it right here. So USD CAD, like that right there. All right. So starting off with USD CHF, you can see we've had a very strong rally. Price broke above these area here. These on the daily. If you check these on the daily, we have that. So the range has been from this major supply area here, right? Then we saw price break. I mean, this has been a major range all the way breaking below these, and this is a zone that has held for about this. It held for about like 8 months before eventually getting taken out here. So from last year June all the way to this year in January, then price drops. I mean, yeah, about January or Feb. So price drops all the way into this demand. Then this demand, we see price rally all the way. Now eventually have a break above, retest, then a push to the upside. So I don't see price come into these highs or even all the way to these areas of 0.80, 0.8660 areas. So a potential rally all the way to these levels up here, right? We have these high and also we have these areas at 0.80. 0.8600 levels, all right, which is basically now for the full range to be filled because now this supply here that we are anticipating to see price get to is the major origin of these whole drop that we are seeing currently, right? So that is what we have, or that is what I'm looking out for on USD CHF. The first area of interest, remember I've mentioned, is this key high. The next area of interest is back to supply at 0.80, back to supply at 0.8600 levels. All right. So we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to that, right? So we have that on USD CHF. Then for USD CAD as well, USD CAD actually just missed the target by very, very, very few pips because this was on the 4 hour. Finally, we've seen the whole range being filled. You see now, like now here, when you're talking about ranges, price came from these highs all the way down to these demand, and now back to these highs where it came from. But now within the major range, we've had several minor ranges, like now from here all the way down to these and back to these. For quite a while, price has been ranging between these areas to these low and back to these highs. That is the range we've been maintaining. Price comes back to this. Then you have these back to demand. Price comes back. Then eventually you had consolidation before. Now the break above. And the moment you had the break above, a very strong push all the way to these highs of 1.39 200 areas. And if we don't see price break above this, the next area of interest you're looking at is price coming all the way to these areas up here. All right, the areas of 1.30, 1.39 500 areas. And these on the 4 hour time frame. If we check out even the daily, this is what you have on the daily, right? So price is almost yeah, the 1.39600 areas based off here. Now this area can be a very good area for a potential bearish reversal in case price gets there then dips, because this is a very key area of supply on multiple times. One, two, three, then it was a demand again, so it was a key area of interest. So when price comes here, anticipate to see a potential anticipate to see a potential reaction. Okay, anticipate to see a potential reaction right there for USD CAD. Then let's have a look at silver. Gold and silver. So let me start off with silver. Probably even I can start off with gold. I had mentioned about silver in the morning. XAU USD. Mm-hmm. There is gold, and these on the daily. So if you come to the 4 hour time frame, that is what you have. This just looks like a straight sell. This just looks like a straight push to the downside. So you can see the range we've been working with has been from. You can see the range the range we've been working with has been from this supply all the way down to this demand and back to this supply. That range was filled. Then when price got to this area, you've seen multiple rejection wicks with candle closes inside the zone, and now we are seeing a push to the downside. So what I don't see is a potential continuation or a potential bearish reversal and price pushing to the downside back to this demand area at 4400 areas, back to this level here, right? Back to these 4400 levels, right? So we have that for gold, right? And then again, you can see when price broke this as demand, it retested it as supply, then a push all the way down to this. Then from here, a push to this. So currently, the range between this supply to this demand and back to this supply was filled. Then now price has been jacked in from the mid range. Now the mid range is from this supply to this demand, then from and back to these. Yeah, from this supply to this demand and back to supply like that. That range has been filled. Now you're seeing a potential bearish reversal, and I'm anticipating to see price push to the downside on gold. A potential push all the way down to these areas of 4400 levels down here. Right, currently priced at 4516. I'm looking at a potential push to the downside all the way to these areas of 4400 levels. So basically these areas 4383, yeah, that's even 4400 areas, which is this level here, right? So we have that on gold. Then if we check out silver as well, we have that. So for silver, we also have this kind of scenario. So we had price reacting from these highs, then a push to the downside. Price retraces. Then again, what I'm anticipating to see is a potential push to the downside, right? A potential push to the downside. The first area of interest will be these 68 areas here. Then the next area of interest will be these 64 levels of 64 down here. All right, based off these low. Okay, this is based off these low. So it's based off these low. Now, don't see price do this, then don't see price drop into this area of 68 and even probably this area of 64, right? Dropping into these areas of 60, 64. Okay, so the first area is 68, the next area is 64. So you have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to that on silver. Let's get to see how price reacts to these on silver. Then we have to get to look at NAS and not looked at NASDAQ, NAS 100. Let's see NAS 100 as well. So you can see we are strongly bearish, right? We are strongly bearish. Price is still pushing lower. Chances are high you might see price drop into these areas of 22. This is 22,790. Yeah, 22,790 areas down here, right? So we have these levels of 22,790. Okay, we have these areas of 22,790 levels, right? Down here. Okay, so this is what we have right there. So although this is a very key area of demand as well here, okay, this is a very key area of demand as well. So I don't want to see if price will hold at this level or will you see it break above. I mean break below and keep pushing lower. But this is a very key area of demand as well. And the last time price was here was last year in September. So I don't want to see the reaction that I don't want to see the reaction that it gives. Okay, I don't see the reaction that it gives. I don't see the reaction that it gives when price gets to this area. All right, that level that I've mentioned. I don't see the reaction that it gives when it gets to. I don't see the reaction that it gives when it gets to this level here. Right. So we have that. Let's observe and see how price gets to react to this. Then let's have a look at the dollar index. You can see gold is pushing to the downside. This is very nice.
Hello, Jeff.
Yeah.
Just a question. Are these okay? I can see most of the pairs are bearish. Is this now the effect of the war after what has happened, or what's going on? Because some pairs were quite very bullish, but suddenly after the war and the stopping, everything is most of the pairs are bearish. What's going on?
Yeah, pairs like you see, especially for these, especially for anything dollar related. Let's say like Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, AUD USD, those are bearish. Then you look at gold and silver, they're also bearish. If you look at
Yeah.
NAS and US 30, they are bearish because they have an inverse correlation with the dollar. So if the dollar is bullish, like now you can see the way it is strong, that is how you're seeing Euro USD, GBP USD is weak. That is why you're seeing gold and silver is weak. That is why you're seeing NAS and your static is also weak because they have a negative correlation.
Okay.
Yeah. So this for the dollar index. So currently on the dollar index, this is what we are seeing. Prices already fill this range. So we've been trading within this range for quite a while. See, this is for since last year in May or June. From this supply all the way down to this demand all the way to this supply all the way down back to this demand again all the way back to supply, from supply again back to demand. So this is now the ranges that we talk about. Then from this demand back to supply, here we say now that that range has been filled. Then with that range being filled, so here we get to see if price will hold at this supply or will it break above and keep pushing higher. If it holds at this supply, then we anticipate what we've previously been seeing happening, which is a reversal like that. But instead, if price breaks above, we will get to see a potential continuation of the rally higher. But chances are, I mean, but chances are high we may get to see a potential bearish reversal from this area. Unless this war escalates in a way that keeps favoring the dollar, then that is how we will probably get to see price break above this area here. So it's something to closely observe. We will be having also NFP. I've seen the NFP is supposed to be on Friday, but on Friday is Good Friday for Easter, so I'm not really sure if they're going to change it or if it's going to become tentative. So I'm not very sure, but it's something we will get to see if they will effect that change within the course of the week, right? We will get to see if they will effect that change within the course of the week. So we have that. Mhm. Yeah, so we have that on the dollar. We have that on the dollar index, right? So probably any question or probably any pair you'd like me to look at.
Jeff,
Yes.
kindly repeat Nas.
Nas, you said is bearish. Nas, Nas is bearish. We are dropping, and chances are high we might get to see it drop into 22, let's even 23,000 areas, because 23,000 is inside this zone. Well, then you have 22,800, 22,800 areas. Okay. Hello, Hillary.
Yes, Jeff, I'm on transit. Niambie.
Oh, yeah. So, 22,780 areas.
Okay, 22, 22. Okay, oh, sawa basi. So
Yeah.
that's where we our next target.
Yeah, that is the next target.
Okay, so sawa basi. Thanks so much.
Okay,
I'm
you're
on
welcome.
transit now. It's so noisy.
No, it's okay, no worries. So anyone else that pair you'd like me to look at?
I don't know if you have. Yes, there it is. I was gonna say Nasdaq, and someone said UK 100.
Yeah, this is Nasdaq. Nasdaq.
Ah,
This is Nasdaq. UK 100 is the FTSE.
what about US 100?
Yeah, this is US 100, the one that is currently on the screen.
Oh, changu iko mbali. My bad.
So this is on This is on Nasdaq. So I've said for Nasdaq, I'm still expecting to see price push lower all the way down to these 22,800 areas. Then for US 30 as well, for US 30, we are still bearish. But I can see it has gotten to a very key area of interest here based off the daily. So we have this area here, like that. So I don't see the reaction from this area. Probably the first push to this, then this again, then now it's something like. But first I don't see, because now again for this one it can take quite a bit of time before now we get to see that kind of reaction. So we have that for US 30. Then UK 100, Alpha, you've asked me about UK 100. So the FTSE, for the FTSE, this is what we have. Did I have Wanda? Because I used to look at this for a while. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It dropped from 11,000. Oh, yeah, it's also been affected. Yeah, there it is. Went all the way to 11,000. It's 10,900. Then now you're seeing the drop all the way down. So for this one, I don't see price drop all the way into these levels down here. These areas of 9,400, about 9,400 areas down here. So we had price rally all the way to these highs, then a push down to currently we are these areas, so I'd look at the break of mm, I'd look at the I'd look at a potential push. I mean, I'd look at a top of this, then a push to the downside like that, right? All the way to these areas of 9,000. 93, you have 93, let's even call it 9,400 areas. Okay. So we have those levels. So yeah, I can see Wesley says thanks for the analysis and insights. Catch you later. All right, cool. So anyone with the pair you'd like me to look at before we get to end the session? I also don't want to keep guys quite long. Uh, anyone with a question or any pair you'd like
Okay,
us to look at? Yeah,
Jeffrey.
yes.
Okay, I had a question. Example, on the same chart where you are, once
Mm-hmm.
you're wicked out, do you usually enter back or just step out and let the trade run?
It depends.
Okay,
So it depends. So if I have, let's say, for example, if I've been stopped out, if I've been wicked out, but price has maintained at that zone or that zone has held, then I can re-enter the trade. But if I get wicked out, if I
okay,
get weak, uh, if I get wicked out,
okay,
if I get wicked out, then probably price breaks that zone. Then now I know my setup has been invalidated. But if price probably just wicks out a zone, if price just wicks out a zone, then I mean if price just wicks out a zone, then it maintains at that level, then I can re-enter the trade again.
okay.
Yeah.
Afraid I've been a victim of those weeks.
Yeah, even myself, I've got
Get wicked,
stopped out with wicks quite a number of times.
you get wicked out, the price moves in your direction.
Yeah.
Mm, Most of the challenge has been Trump. Trump can say something out of nowhere, the price goes against you, then continues in the same direction.
Yeah, with Trump markets, you have to be ready for anything. Anything he says can move markets in any way.
The- Currently, he's saying they are resolving the war, but deep down on the other side, the war is still going on. So,
Yeah. So it's a bit tough.
Yeah,
okay,
Yes.
it's
thank you.
like when we had the conference where there's this team which came. I don't know if it's the baseball team or something.
Uh-huh.
This guy said everything is going to go down. No, this is the time I'm coming to realize everything is going down on the US side. So this guy communicated, but no one knew.
Uh-huh.
And I remember on that committee he was saying the conference where the black guy was chased when it was starting. I don't remember it was which one,
Uh-huh.
but it was the last meeting which he had for around 2 hours. It was at night.
Uh-huh.
This guy said everything's going to go down. He wants to make US better. Then
Uh-huh.
that's the time US 30 now they stopped going up. And these things are they're just bearish until today.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Jeff. What's up?
Ah, Salivia Tamia.
Yeah.
Salivia Tamia sana. So, yeah, I think that is I'll have a look at that. But you see now when Trump speaks, the markets will gets to move at any given direction, especially now that you have this ongoing geopolitical tension between US and Iran, and there is all these US wants to control the oil passage through the Strait of Hormuz. And you remember previously they had taken the president of Venezuela again also because of oil. So it's quite a lot of happening. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot happening fundamentally. It's quite a lot happening fundamentally because of. I mean, there's quite a lot happening fundamentally because of the ongoing war. So we just have to now be flexible and adaptable to. We have to be flexible and adaptable to how it's moving. Okay. Hello. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the session, Jeffrey.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Cheers everyone. Let's have ourselves a very amazing evening. And I'll share the recordings for these and yeah, let's get to catch up sometime. Yeah, Alpha.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'd seen. Oh, I thought you had raised your hand. Oh, okay, sir. Okay. Cheers
No, I was
guys.
clapping.
All right then. Cheers
Okay.
guys. Let's catch up later.